Greetings of the day, dear students, and welcome back to your English class. In today's class, we are going to do Unit 6, Section 2 on Being Sarah, written by Elizabeth Helfman. This is a story of a young girl named Sarah. She was suffering from cerebral palsy. It is a disability which occurs during or before the birth of a child, which is caused by brain damage. It was due to this that Sarah's brain could not send the right signals to most of her muscles, as a result of which they could not move and function properly. This included the muscles that she needed for talking. Sarah could not speak a single word to her loved ones. She would try her best to speak, but words would just tumble around in her brain and she was unable to speak anything. This made her very, very sad. She used to struggle to speak, but her inability filled her with frustration, and this made her cry. A woman named Mrs. Brady used to come to her house twice a week to give her exercises, and she used to talk about other children she worked with. Sarah had never seen anybody like her. She could not even imagine any other child suffering as she was. It was because of Mrs. Brady that she joined a school for children like her. And when she joined the school, she learned to talk with symbols. Learning the symbols changed her life because the symbols did the talking for her. It was like waking up from a long, dim daydream and discovering the world. Sarah knew that she could never walk, but she wanted to talk and express herself. She knew that she was growing up. She was Sarah Bennett, and she wanted to be somebody in her life. In her school, Sarah's teacher made a symbol board for her. There were many symbols on that board. One row of symbols was left empty for future use. The board that Sarah used had 300 symbols, and they were arranged in groups to make them easier to use. These symbols that Sarah used were called bliss symbols. These changed Sarah's life because they enabled her to communicate her thoughts and feelings using the different symbols and signs on the bliss board. In Sarah's life, her mother was her biggest supporter. She never lost hope. She always encouraged Sarah. She even decorated the kitchen walls with symbols so that Sarah could practice with her. Sarah's mother communicated with her the most. She would tell her about other people who had cerebral palsy and could walk. Most of them could talk, though not always clearly. Sarah always thought that those people were very lucky. Sarah would ask her mother to tell her about Sarah's childhood. Her mother would tell her stories of how she was a lovely baby, even though she couldn't move around like most babies. But Sarah wanted to know about that specific doctor. She would say that doctor with the help of her symbols. And her mother would tell her the time when that doctor told Sarah's mother that she had cerebral palsy and she would never learn much in her life. Sarah wanted to call that doctor dumb, but there was no symbol of dumb on her board. Sarah's mother tried to explain it to her that when people can't say anything, it's easy for people, even doctors, to assume or think that they aren't very smart. But it's not always like that. Sarah asked her mother, what about her? How was she? Her mother told her that she seemed smart to them from her childhood, but they didn't know what to do with her. But now Sarah could speak. She could use her symbol to say almost anything that she wanted. This lesson teaches us that we can achieve anything in our life if we are determined enough and are ready to work hard for it. So that'll be all for today's class. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning.